You know, there's something I hear from so many folks over 70, something that doesn't always get talked about enough. It's that feeling when you stand up from your favorite chair and your knees ache, or when you reach for something on the top shelf and your shoulders protest a little more than they used to. Maybe you've even had a friend or neighbor who took a fall and never quite bounced back the way they hoped. It's not just about getting older, it's about what's happening inside, deep in your bones. Now, if you're like most people, you've probably heard all your life that calcium is the key to strong bones. And yes, calcium is important, no doubt about it. But here's the thing, after 70, your bones need so much more than just calcium. There are other nutrients, habits, and even little daily choices that can make a world of difference in keeping you strong, steady, and independent for years to come. So today, we're going to talk about what your bones really need as you age, the surprising factors that don't get enough attention. And I promise, these aren't complicated changes. In fact, you might already be doing some of them without even realizing how much they help. Let's start with the first thing your bones crave, and it's not something you'll find in a pill bottle. It's movement. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's simpler than that. Your bones are living tissue, and just like a muscle, they get stronger when you use them. Every time you take a step, every time you lift a grocery bag, even when you garden or dance to your favorite old song, you're sending a signal to your bones: stay strong. I need you. But here's where many people miss the mark. They think, I'll just take my calcium and that's enough. But without movement, without that gentle stress on your bones, they start to think, well, I guess I'm not needed as much anymore. And that's when they weaken. So what's the fix? It's not about pushing yourself too hard, it's about staying consistent. A daily walk, even if it's just around the block. A few minutes of gentle stretching or chair exercises. Anything that keeps you moving in a way that feels good for your body. Now, the second thing your bones need might surprise you, it's protein. Yes, protein. You might associate it with building muscles, but it's just as crucial for your bones. As we age, our bodies don't absorb nutrients as easily as they once did, and that includes the building blocks your bones need to stay sturdy. Protein helps with that. But here's the catch, not all protein is created equal. You don't need huge steaks or protein shakes. Think eggs, beans, a little lean meat, or even Greek yogurt. Small, steady amounts throughout the day can make a big difference. And here's something else to consider. Protein works hand in hand with that calcium you're already paying attention to. Without enough protein, your body can't use calcium as effectively. It's like having all the bricks to build a house but no mortar to hold them together. Now, let's talk about the third piece of the puzzle, vitamin D. You've probably heard it called the sunshine vitamin, and there's a good reason for that. Your skin makes vitamin D when it's exposed to sunlight, and this little nutrient is what helps your body actually use the calcium you're taking in. But here's the problem, as we get older, our skin doesn't produce vitamin D as efficiently. Plus, many of us spend less time outside than we used to. That's why vitamin D deficiency is so common after 70, and why it's so important to stay on top of it. The good news? It's an easy fix. A little time outside in the morning or late afternoon sun can help, just 10 to 15 minutes a few times a week. And if you live somewhere with long winters or don't get outside much, a vitamin D supplement might be worth discussing with your doctor. So there you have it, 3 key things your bones need after 70 that go beyond just calcium: movement, protein, and vitamin D. But we're just getting started. There are a few more surprising factors that can make all the difference, and we'll dive into those next. Because here's the truth, aging might be inevitable, but feeling weak or fragile doesn't have to be. Small, simple choices can add up to big strength, and that's something worth celebrating. Now, let's talk about the next piece of the puzzle, something you might not expect has such a powerful effect on your bones. Now, let's talk about something that might not seem obvious at first: how much your sleep affects your bones. You might be thinking, what does rest have to do with bone strength? Well, it turns out, quite a lot. When you don't get enough deep, restorative sleep, your body misses out on crucial repair time. And that includes your bones. Think of it like this: During the day, your bones handle all kinds of little stresses, walking, bending, even just carrying your own weight. At night, while you're asleep, your body gets to work fixing any tiny wear and tear. But if you're not sleeping well, that repair process gets cut short. Over time, that can add up. Plus, poor sleep is linked to higher levels of inflammation, which can actually weaken bones. So what can you do? First, try setting a gentle nighttime routine, maybe a warm cup of herbal tea, a good book, or some soft music. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. And if aches and pains keep you up, a small pillow under your knees or between your shoulders can make a big difference. The goal isn't perfection, just a little better than before. Because every extra hour of good sleep is like giving your bones a tune-up. Now, here's another factor you might not expect: your gut health. That's right, what's happening in your stomach and intestines plays a huge role in how well your body absorbs all those bone-loving nutrients we talked about earlier. As we age, our digestion naturally slows down, and the balance of good bacteria in our gut can shift. That means even if you're eating plenty of calcium, protein, and vitamin D, your body might not be absorbing them as well as it could. So how do you keep your gut happy? Start with fiber, foods like oats, apples, beans, and veggies. They feed the good bacteria that help your body make the most of what you eat. Fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, or even a little sauerkraut can also work wonders. And don't forget water. Staying hydrated keeps everything moving smoothly. It's not about a drastic diet change, just adding in a few gut-friendly foods here and there. Now, let's talk about something that often flies under the radar: stress. You might not think of stress as something that affects your bones, but chronic stress can actually lead to bone loss over time. Why? Because when your body is constantly in fight or flight mode, it produces more cortisol, a hormone that, in high levels, can interfere with bone-building cells. Now, life will always have its stresses, especially as we get older. But the key is how you handle them. Simple things like deep breathing, just inhaling slowly for a count of 4, holding it, then exhaling for 6, can signal your body to relax. A short walk outside, listening to music you love, or even just sitting quietly with a cup of tea, these small moments of calm add up. And the best part? They're not just good for your bones, they're good for your whole well-being. So now we've covered sleep, gut health, and stress, 3 surprising but powerful players in keeping your bones strong after 70. But there's one more piece to this puzzle, something that ties everything together in a way you might not expect. Now, let's talk about the final piece of the bone health puzzle, and honestly, it might be the most important one of all. It's not a supplement, or an exercise, or even something you eat. It's purpose. You see, when we talk about staying strong after 70, it's not just about bones and muscles, it's about having a reason to use that strength. Think about it, when you have things you love to do, people who depend on you, or even small daily goals that get you out of your chair, you naturally move more, eat better, and take care of yourself. That sense of purpose fuels everything else. Maybe for you, it's gardening, or babysitting your grandkids, or volunteering at the library. Maybe it's finally taking that art class you've always thought about. Whatever it is, that engagement with life, that feeling of being needed and excited, does something powerful for your body. Studies even show that older adults with a strong sense of purpose tend to have better muscle mass, stronger bones, and faster recovery from injuries. Your mind and body are connected in ways we're still discovering. So how do you cultivate more of that purpose? Start small. If you've been feeling a bit disconnected lately, try reaching out to one friend this week, not just a quick call, but a real conversation. If you've got a hobby you've let slide, dust it off and give it just 15 minutes. And if you're not sure where to begin, think back to what brought you joy years ago. Often, our bones know what our hearts have forgotten. Now, let's tie everything together. We've talked about how your bones need more than just calcium. They need movement, protein, vitamin D, good sleep, a healthy gut, stress management, and yes, that sense of purpose. But here's the beautiful part, none of this has to be overwhelming. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Start with one small change this week. Maybe it's adding an extra 5 minutes to your daily walk. Maybe it's putting some yogurt and berries on your grocery list. Or perhaps it's simply setting a reminder to sit outside for 10 minutes to catch some sunshine. Small steps, taken consistently, create big results over time. Remember, your body is designed to heal and adapt at any age. Those little twinges you feel when you get up in the morning? That's not a sign to slow down, it's your body asking to be used, to stay in the game. Every time you choose to move, to nourish yourself well, to connect with others, you're telling your bones, I've still got plans for you. So here's my challenge to you, pick one thing from today's talk that resonated with you, and give it a try this week. Then come back and tell us in the comments, what worked? What surprised you? Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button, and subscribe if you haven't already. We've got plenty more conversations like this coming your way, because aging isn't about decline, it's about living with strength, joy, and independence every step of the way. Here's to your health, your strength, and all the wonderful years ahead. Now go show those bones some love, they've carried you this far, and with a little care, they'll keep carrying you for years to come.